Oh, hi there. My name is Daniel with nothing else. As you can see, I am very poor. I have no land, no house, and this is my shirt, a gunia. But don't get all high and mighty on me. I can still afford something brand new. Let me go show you. Nope. Yes, the JINCHENG GY150. Brand new, goes for 132,000 Kenya shillings. Anyone can afford it. Let's take this for a ride. But first, I have to go and get changed.
Washa bike, my friend. Okay.
Jokes. This is the JINCHENG 150 GY. My friend got it for second hand, so it's missing an electric starter and the front brakes took a break. He's only used to braking with the rear brakes. I mean, safety is a myth. You only die once, right? He also didn't want to replace the battery, so my favorite appliance in the bike, the electric starter, is unavailable. So I have to kick during this entire review. Sigh. The JINCHENG GY150. This bike looks amazing, just like the typical GYs, like my beloved Haojin Warrior 200. It only costs you 132,000 Kenya shillings by the time I'm uploading this video. It's been at this price for quite a while, even though others just like this one, especially the sports version, have been shooting up in price to ridiculous levels. My guess is people are afraid to buy this bike, probably due to lack of enough information. Here's where I come in. Wow, aren't I awesome? Why haven't you subscribed yet? The bike is a single-cylinder 4-stroke 150cc 5-speed gear engine. Not quite powerful. I am obviously comparing it to the other bikes that I've reviewed, like the Haojin Warrior, the Hero Charisma, and even the Haojin X150. It's probably more powerful than this bike. But then again, this one wasn't really well sought out, so you could take my review with a bit of grain of salt. But speed-wise, it does catch up. It will give you about 110 kilometers per hour, eventually that is. The seat height is about 93 centimeters from the ground, so it's not really forgiving to short riders. Dual suspensions for the front and a monoshock for the rear. The suspensions were quite soft on this bike. This made it very enjoyable to ride on smooth road, but they bottom out quite a bit in rougher terrain. I would have to get one that is not so beat up so that I can have a clear picture of how the suspensions really are, but for now, I only have this. The front tire is at 21 inches and the rear at 18 inches, with a disc brake for the front and a drum brake for the rear. The drum brake is sufficient enough for this bike, since it doesn't really have a lot of power, so it's more than enough. The bike feels quite smooth to ride. There's not much vibrations, very doable for long journeys, so long as they're not too long. And also, you shouldn't get too daring with traffic. Due to the lack of power, you could get into a lot of trouble. This particular one wasn't really stable enough for me to really lean in on the corners. So I couldn't really do the regular leaning on the road that I used to do. So, if you have under 140,000 Kenya shillings and wanted a new bike, whether off-road or otherwise, this is literally your only choice. The bike is also super cheap to maintain, and it will actually give you about 50 kilometers per liter, unlike the others which they only put it down on paper. This one, I can guarantee you. If you're conscious about fuel economy, this is definitely your bike. My friend barely puts any fuel in this thing and rides for days. Even my Haojin Warrior is a guzzler compared to this. And as it is tradition, I put it up against the 200cc monstrosity, the Haojin Warrior. The results were as expected. No one will be surprised by this. The extra 50cc gives the Haojin Warrior a massive advantage. Stay safe, ride safe. Subscribe.